Right, here we are for our second podcast.
Welcome back to episode number 2.
Yeah, we're in a different location this time,
Much better location.
which is our back room. And it's a bit better than looking at our stove.
Correct. The sound in this room might be a little bit better because it's a smaller room. And we don't have dirty dishes in the background, knives, dirty...
Instead, you can just look at all of our lovely books.
Correct. So if you are bored of looking at our faces, then you can go, oh, they've got that book. That's cool.
Now, we play a game that's like, which ones haven't I read? And if you could randomly point to any of them, that would pretty much be correct.
Correct, yes. I don't think I've read a single book on this. Actually, probably a couple. But...
they're mostly yours. What are you talking about?
correct. Well, I just buy them and then I never actually read them.
There's one up here that's like Kyle Sanderland's
I actually
fucking
haven't.
biography.
I've read that one, but that was
I
fucking
could
awful.
not imagine reading that. That sounds shit.
Look,
Anyway,
it was in my
we-
stage where I liked.
We didn't
biographies.
we didn't tell everyone what we called our podcast on our first episode.
At that stage, we didn't have a name, so
Well, that's true. But we kind of were spitballing with names,
Correct.
and we finally come up with one. We've got some podcast art now,
correct,
which
yes.
is good.
A little bit more professional, so that's good.
So, what are you going to tell them? What we're calling it?
Should we do it on the count of 3?
All right.
What is it called?
Oh,
yeah.
my god, he's forgotten the name of the podcast already.
No, I haven't.
Fucking
Okay.
Early onset dementia over there. All right, ready?
Ready?
1,
3,
2,
1.
3.
Three.
Get to the point.
I'll get to the point. Fuck!
It's the Get to the Point podcast. We
I should
actually
have just got to the point. You just
literally
fucking said it. not
you can
counted
kind
down.
of tell where we got that name from. We don't really get to the point very
Correct.
often.
Our stories like go off in tangents, so
Literally.
we're like, let's just fucking get to the point. I did have
Yeah.
another idea. I was like, not so straight to the point because we're not straight and we're not to the point.
But it doesn't
get
really
to-
roll off the
Get
tongue,
to the
though.
point is a lot more shorter and just.
He did say that, and I was like, it doesn't really roll off the tongue. It's
But
just
I like it.
you liked it. Oh, I didn't like it, but so I still went with your idea.
Correct. Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, my idea's better.
Yeah.
And it's Get to the Point now. It's in stone. It's on.
Correct.
It's on YouTube. It's on Spotify.
Correct. So if you want to listen to us or watch us, it's on both, I think, now. You can watch us on Spotify and you can also watch us on YouTube.
And I guarantee the whole time you'll be like, "What are they even talking about? Just get the fucking point." And we'll be like, "Well, that's the point of the Get to the Point podcast."
Correct, yes. And here we are. Episode
Exactly.
number 2.
All right, I'm gonna crack a drink.
Oh, yes. The best sound in the world. Ready?
There you go.
Some ASMR for you on your Monday, if it's Monday that you're listening to this.
Not sure how
Big wolf.
microphones are actually that good to be used for ASMR. Anyway,
They are now.
ready? Drink. Isn't that nice? Has it got bone in it? What's going on there?
No, I wanted to do some ASMR, but
Well, that fucking didn't work,
it
did
was
it?
the biggest fail of my entire life.
Oh my god.
How are you feeling about the podcast so far? I know we've only done one episode.
This is episode number 2, but I'm feeling much better in this space. It
Correct.
feels a little less, I don't know, weird being in the
Weird, yeah.
kitchen.
And I want to preface by saying that first podcast, I didn't actually think we're going to use and put anywhere. I thought it was just a test run. And so I hadn't shaven. I looked like I haven't slept in 10 weeks. And I just looked fucking horrendous. So, I mean, I probably look horrendous now.
I was going to
but-
say, what's the difference from today?
Piece of shit.
Thanks very much.
No worries.
You married this piece of shit, so...
Yeah, well, there's still time to divorce.
Anyway, what have you been up to today? I haven't seen you all day. I've been at work.
Been working, yeah. And I've also tried to save the plants from the horrendous heat that is outside.
Well,
It's
we
like-
did make the mistake of planting like 1 million new plants in our garden right before a heat wave.
Correct, yeah.
So they'll probably be dead within a week.
Yeah, we're trying to grow some eggplants, some tomatoes, and some berries. And last time we tried that, they all fried and died.
We sound like such old people.
We do.
So
But-
moving on from that, what I did today, I went and worked in an emergency department. It was horrific, and I never want to go back. Take me back to ICU.
Did you have any shit patients today?
I had a patient with shit. Yes, it was not. We're not even going to go into that. So on my way home, I pulled up into the driveway and found you watering the grass.
Yeah, well,
He only watered, right, so I want to explain. Our garden, right, has like a strip of grass down the driveway that adjoins the neighbour's driveway. And now we haven't got along with these neighbours very well.
this is a great segue because I actually wanted to talk about these guys today.
Oh, good.
Excellent.
All right, well,
Hopefully they don't listen. I'm sure they don't. But
they're
who
like
gives a
1,000
fuck?
years old and
Correct.
just the most grumpy people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I got home, James was watering the grass and watering that little strip that adjoins our gardens. and you were only watering half of the strip, the half that's on our side.
Correct.
So our half of that strip's gonna look really green, and on their side it's gonna look brown,
I'm
just
not
to
petty
rub
at
in the
all.
point that we don't really get along with them.
Correct. Well, what is the story? Why don't we like them?
Well, they did have.
You
they,
had
we
the
wanted.
first run in with them, so
I did, and it wasn't my fault that I had run in with them twice.
it was mine. But
So we had this big tree bush thing next to the driveway that when you open the car door, you got like bottle brushes and bees flying in your face, and the tree was coming into the car, and it was just a pain in the ass. And so we thought we'd cut that back. Well, James was adamant to cut that back. I wasn't sure for a while, but I got on board. And the first day after James pruned it all back, I got out of the car, and the grumpy neighbour come up to me and was like, "Oh, I would have helped you prune that." And I said, "Oh, it's all right. James did it, not me. I didn't put any effort in." And he went, "I just want you to know that it's such a shame. It was such a beautiful plant, and I just wanted to give you my 2 cents, really." And then the next day, his wife come out and spoke to me again and said that it will grow back if we let it, and then we can borrow their hedge trimmer and we can borrow their gardening tools. Like, we don't have our own.
I mean, the point of cutting it down was so we didn't have to trim it.
Yeah.
So fuck off.
Yeah, look, they really tickled my goat a little bit. Tickled my goat? Is that a saying? I don't know. That sounds funny.
the weirdest fucking
They got
thing
my
I've heard.
goat. They got my goat. That's the saying.
Even that's weird.
Is it?
Got your goat.
It's a saying. I'm sure it's a saying. Tickle my goat, whatever.
It's getting worse. Anyway.
Well, I don't know. There was a day that you were out there digging it up, and they had gone for a walk, and I was on lookout.
Yeah, well, no, the story was I was wanting to go out there and fucking hack the rest of this tree away, and then I was scared because of all these stories that I've heard, because I'm a little bit of a pussy, and I didn't want to confront them, and fuck off. And so
For the people that can't see us, I did just do a little witty bitty sign.
Cunt. I was waiting out the front of the garden just to peer through the window, and I was seeing if they were outside or not. And then if I didn't see them, I'd run outside and sort of hack a little bit of the tree. And if I saw them, I'd run back inside.
Run back behind the gate, like they didn't know that we were out there.
Yeah, true.
Their windows literally open out and they can see us in the driveway.
And then I saw them, both of them, got their hats on and their shoes on. They went for a walk. And I was like, this is my opportunity. So I got out there with my big bloody thing.
What's it called?
I don't know.
I don't know. He's making a pickaxe gesture.
A pickaxe, that's the one.
Is it a pickaxe
I don't actually
though?
fucking
Maybe
know.
it is. Maybe it isn't.
I'm gay, I don't care.
We don't do building and gardening and things like that.
I
We
like to
just
think that we do, but...
we don't.
Yeah.
We go and pick the pretty flowers, and then
That's
you
true.
put them in the ground with the best of your straight knowledge.
And then they die.
They do die.
Anyway, so they went up for this hike, and for the next half an hour, I was just hacking away at this tree as fast as I possibly could to get most of it done. And it's a stump now, but I can't get rid of the rest of it. It's too fucking huge.
What are we going to do? We can't just live with a stump forever.
Well, I'm gonna hack the
Some
ground.
people do. Amputees.
Um,
Sorry, that was terrible.
Limpy? No. Oh god, cancelled. No. I'll eventually dig down into the ground, but it's just the ground here where we live is just so harsh. And it's so fucking hard that I can't get anything up.
Alright, we need to move this along because no one wants to hear about how dry and
Get to the fucking
gross
point now.
our fucking garden is. Yeah, so that's pretty much what my day was like. Come home, see James being
Petty.
passive-aggressive, petty in the garden, only watering half a strip.
And now I kind of want them to come out to see me do my work, and they haven't come out since.
You'd run away.
No, now I wouldn't.
You'd absolutely run
I
away.
fucking wouldn't.
You would. What would you say to them?
Hello.
Exactly.
How's
Please
my
don't judge me.
Yeah, your garden's average.
You
Anyway.
have what?
I said their garden is average.
Ah, I thought you said you have ridge. I was like, what does that mean?
Well, this... anyway, we're not going to go into our fucking names of things. We have so many, like, little jokes in between us, and every time I bring them up, Ash is like, don't say that. No one's going to find it interesting. Which is true.
No, it's funny from people that listen. Like, what do I call you? What's my pet name for you?
Oh, we have many.
We have many. Well, you're in my phone as Little Bear Pie.
Correct.
And
And you're in my
all
phone.
of my friends think it's fucking hilarious when I ask Siri to call Little Bear Pie. And she goes, calling Little Bear Pie.
And you're on my phone as Hooly Doodly Doro, water droplets, love heart, eggplant emoji.
And the story about that is just way too long.
Correct.
But anyway, we have a lot of things. And so when we said ridge, we meant beverage.
Because ridge at the end of beverage.
I feel like they're not dumb. They get it.
Well, whatever.
Anyway.
So, what are we doing today? On our second potty?
On our second podcast. Well, we did do the What Would You Do segment
We did.
last time. Do we want to carry that on?
We can do that. We can do it again. I might have to chat GPT one again, but...
No, come on. You've had how long to think about this?
It's only been a couple of days.
Yeah. All right. I've got one straight away.
Perfect.
What would you do if I, bearing in mind we already have two of them, brought home another cat one day? You come home from work and I've been like, I've rescued another cat. And it's just so cute. And you love the cats. Every time we go to Petstock, you look in the cat section.
Yeah, because they're not ours, so I can go look and go, oh, they're cute, until you bring them home and they're a fucking pest.
And what would you do if I brought one home?
Oh,
Another one?
another one. Sorry. Fuck, I don't even know. Like, every time you bring it up, I'm like, we're not getting another cat.
And then we walk into Petstock and you're like, let's go see the cats.
Yeah.
Before I do, I walk the
Again.
other way.
Yeah, fuck that. No, I would say, it's cute, take it back.
I think your dad would just be like, set it free on the freeway.
He's already saying set them free, and we've got two.
I think he'd say set me free, to be honest.
Set me free?
No, me. We'd be like, let him go.
Yeah,
He's got another
me
cat.
set you free.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's probably what I would do.
Divorced after 2 months of marriage.
Correct, yeah. If you think more cats are the go-to, then I would be...
We could get more litter trays. It would be fine, right?
we barely survive with one, and we're always like, can you please go scoop the litter tray today? And then I'm like, I did it yesterday. And then you're like, but I did it 2 days ago, so it's your turn again.
See? Logic.
Yeah. It makes sense. It made sense in my head, but anyway, no, that's never happening. We're never having another cat.
Okay.
But
I would never do that,
I
just for the
did say-
record, without your approval.
excellent, good.
Maybe.
But I would do that with a
Unless
dog.
I saw one about to be run over and I didn't know where it lived, and then if it was saving its life, I'd bring one home.
Yeah, we could look after it for a little while, but I wouldn't keep it.
A little while.
Yeah,
They
a
only
little
live
while.
18 years.
Yeah. Feed them poison.
Anyway, alright, so we've established
Again, we don't promote animal
you
cruelty.
would be pissed if I brought home another cat,
I'd be pissed.
but
And
you'd love it.
I'd honestly...
You don't pet
Don't-
the ones we got now, though, to be honest.
Pardon?
You don't pet the cats we've got now, to be honest.
Correct, because I like...
You
I like
love
to
them
look
at the
them.
time,
I
and
like
then as soon as they're yours,
I
you're
like
like,
them
nah.
from afar. I'm not a cat on your lap for hours stroking kind of guy. I like to occasionally go, hey, and then tap them on the head.
You don't like hairy pussy on your lap. Is what you're really
I
saying.
think that's that bridge has already been crossed. We know that I don't like that.
Okay. All right. What's
No,
your
in my
one?
straight era,
Come
I
on.
probably did.
My turn.
ChatGPT, where are you?
He hasn't even thought about
Hey
this.
Siri, no. I haven't. I
Don't do that
honestly
because
haven't.
she'll stop recording and
Literally.
actually search something.
What would you do if, all of a sudden, the real estate agent that sold us this house came back to us and said, there's been something went wrong in the line of payment of the whole entire contract, and now you have to move out because the owners want to take the house back.
Well, that just wouldn't happen though, would it?
See, I don't like my what would you do?
That was shit. It just wouldn't happen.
But no,
the
but what
contract
would you
signed,
do?
the money's changed hands. They're
Yes.
$500,000 up. Like, what are you talking about?
True, but what would you do?
What would I do? I would go, that's not fucking right. Check your facts.
Get a lawyer.
No, because it just wouldn't even get that far. It would just be, we don't want to sell the house back. Sorry. Unless they were going to sell it, unless we were going to make a profit of like 200k or more. Unless we were like, oh, well, in that case, we will sell it back and we will move to something way better. But the stress of actually physically moving, oh my God. I would make that part of the clause. You have to provide moving company
I did
and pay
love,
for moving company.
I loved packing prior to doing this house, and now fucking hate it.
Packing is the worst part.
Oh, but I love
Moving's
packing.
worse. Sorry, moving's worse. That shit sucks.
See, I liked that too.
You
But
were at work the day we moved. You were at work the day we moved.
the first time, not this house.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, that was the shittest what would you do in my life, so I'm never gonna do that again.
No, that was shit.
I will do my
We might have to scrap
my
this
prep.
segment based off the fact that James has just absolutely bombed it.
Yeah, I need to get to the point.
Or be prepared.
Be prepared. I am prepared in other ways, but just not.
Alright, what are you
That's
prepared
it.
for? Go on.
I thought we could do a little get to know us, or because whoever's watching, people may not even know who we are.
Yeah.
So I thought I had looked at a few questions.
Here we go.
I wasn't through ChatGPT. It was
Are we sure?
it was Google.
It was Google.
So I thought I could ask these questions and we can both answer them.
Alright.
And these are like creative questions. They're not like a "What is your favorite color?" Because that is fucking boring.
Well, you already know the answer to that.
Oh, green. Yeah. I think.
Oh, you had to think about that.
Fuck off. I was about to say pink, but then anyway.
I love pink. Pink's great. Green's better. Anyway, keep going.
Okay. So what? My first question is: what is our funniest memory together?
Our funny... Oh, easily. Got it straight away. When we went on our first trip away...
I thought you were going to say
down
that.
to Robe, which is a little beachside town in South Australia. We went away in the middle of winter. It was like middle of July, freezing cold. Went on like a beach trip. Stayed in a little caravan park cabin. We'd just been out all afternoon drinking vodka in the ocean, boogie boarding. Came back. We were
And
at
sub-zero temperatures.
It was freezing. We had like
fucking cold.
purple feet. It was fucking horrific. And we went back. We were in our cabin with the heater on, walking around in the nudie, and we were getting frisky. And then all of a sudden, I got up to go get a drink from the fridge, which happened to be adjacent to the front door. Front door opens and was like the step down from the front door made the person that opened the door eyeline to my junk. That isn't where it stops though. This person was looking for her dog, and so she opened the cabin door. Don't know how she thought our cabin was her cabin, or how a dog would have got in our cabin.
And as if you wouldn't knock before.
Literally, like we were in there potentially doing the naughty. And
Potentially, we actually were.
well, okay, I was trying to be a little bit tasteful.
Anyway, get to the point.
Yeah, get to the point. She opened the door, saw my junk. I grabbed a bin lid, put it in front of my junk immediately, and it was one of those flappy bin lids. And so as soon as I put it up against my junk, it flapped, and you could just see my junk through the bin lid. Horrific. She shut the door quite quickly after going, I'm sorry. Then I realised that I knew this person.
Out of everyone in the entire South Australia, or in actually Australia or the world.
Like, what are the chances? It's like 4 hours away from where we live, in a tiny little remote country town. And this person was one of my school friends' stepmums. I opened the door. She didn't recognise me. I'm not surprised.
Well, she wasn't looking at you, she was looking at something
She
else.
was looking at it,
Yes.
and she had never seen it before, as
Correct.
far as I'm aware.
Well, you say
So I'm not surprised she didn't recognise me. So I immediately had to call my friend from school and say, is your stepmom in Robe at this point? And she's like, yep, she's there. And I went, well, you'll never guess what happened. From there on, absolutely pissed herself. She then called her stepmom. Her stepmom went, how do you know that? She goes, because you walked in on Ash. Absolutely horrific. Mind you, James was on the bed just around the corner, out of sight, completely naked on the bed, didn't get seen.
Correct.
If it was him, it wouldn't have mattered because she didn't know him.
Correct. And we were a little tipsy at the time too, so.
We were like a bottle of vodka down.
Correct.
Like, yeah. So yeah, that was probably our funniest.
I was gonna, if you
Moment
didn't say that
together.
story, I would have definitely brought that up, so.
Yeah?
I'd probably say the same.
Yeah.
That was, quite the crazy moment.
Yeah, it was funny. It was a good trip too. Freezing cold though.
Yeah. But that, once you have a bottle of vodka.
Nothing's cold after a bottle of
correct.
vodka.
You feel nothing. Do you have any questions before I go on? Or?
No, keep going. You
Okay.
rule this segment. You do it.
What's one thing you know about me that others would be surprised to learn?
Oh, I haven't had time to think about these. One thing
That's the
that
best part of this.
I know about you that other people would be surprised to learn. The I was your first boyfriend and your first real gay experience. And yeah, you lost your virginity to me. I don't know. Is that a? It's not very tasteful, but I'm sure other people would be like, "What?" Bearing in mind, we got together when James was 26. Well, the day we met.
I literally hadn't been out long. I was straight.
You weren't straight.
I was pretending to be straight for the majority of my life, probably for the first 26 years.
Well, you dated all varieties of the female gender.
Correct. And then I realised I actually just like them as friends. I don't love them because I wouldn't go anywhere south, if you know what I mean.
You realised at 26 years old.
Yeah. Well, I didn't go on many dates because I just didn't like people, you know? Anyway,
well, according to your family, you didn't leave your room for like your whole teenage years.
That's because I was depressed.
Whole different story.
Go there.
Fucking bring the podcast down. Okay.
Yeah, no, but I wasn't out for long. We got together in April, and I came out on January 1st. So
I got in there quick.
Wonder why? Oh, you're one of the first.
I just thought.
I did kiss a boy.
Who's this twink?
I did kiss a boy on my very first day of coming out, which wasn't Ash, but that didn't work out. And then found Ash, and then here we are.
Yay! You did find me.
House.
Yeah, that was my fact. Mm-hmm. Although there is another thing that I can think of. He doesn't scrape the dishes, the plates, when he puts them in the sink and fills them with water, hot water, then leaves it to go cold. So when I find it, I have to then put my hand into this cold water filled with food and veggies and chips and gross, feel all the grossness, sludge and disgustingness, and then pull the plug out, then re-rinse the plates, and then refill the sink up and wash them. That's my little pet peeve for you. Sorry, this is like a take it out on James moment. You brought this upon yourself though.
This is the roast of James.
It is the roast of James. That's
anyway,
our whole relationship. The roast of James.
Whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, questions done.
Was that it?
Well, I think 2 questions is good. Just
okay.
give them a little bit of a taste, and then they can get some more.
All right.
Find out some more a bit about us. Find out some more a bit about us. Find out some more about us.
Some more about us.
Shut up. In the other podcasts, in the next ones, we don't want to like tell them all the information now.
We don't,
because then they won't come back.
Exactly, it'll be done. They might come back to hear us talk shit.
Correct, but not get to the point.
No.
All right.
All right. Well, I had a couple of things written down.
Right.
I was gonna. I had a segment, but I didn't prepare for it, so I'm going to do it on the next podcast.
Okay, James.
Okay, taking a page out of your book.
Correct.
But what I thought next time we could do was...
Do you want to say it, or do you want to keep it as a surprise? Or give us a little taste.
Give you a little taste?
A little sneak peek.
Well, I know how terrible you are at being able to identify British accents.
Right.
So I thought it would be funny for you to try and mimic different accents, and then we can play segments of accents,
right?
And you can try and guess where they're from, and then we can see how yours compare.
Okay. I will be fucking horrendous at this, by the way.
You will. Go on. Should we do a little taster? Give us a Scottish accent.
Scottish. Scottish. Hello. Oh, fuck.
What was that?
Hello.
What was that? Hello.
Hello. I'm from Dutch. I'm from
Dutch.
I'm from Sweden. Well, my Sweden's good. Scottish. I keep itching myself.
This is going well. Why don't you? Let me give you a phrase.
Okay, yeah, good. I can just do a Shrek accent.
Give me the fucking black pudding.
Give me the Scottish. Scottish. I am from Scotland. What was it again? What was that?
Give me the fucking black pudding.
Give me the fucking black pudding.
That was horrific.
So that's what you've got to look forward to for the next podcast.
Amazing.
My horrendous accents.
Yeah, that was not good.
I like that.
I should have just said just do a
good.
Shrek accent.
I don't even think I could do that.
Which is Scottish.
I like
so
that.
we've already established you can't.
Donker?
Donker? What the fuck is donker? Do you mean donkey?
Yeah,
donkey?
Donkey. No, I said I like that Boulder, but he's American, so that's fucked. Anyway, that's going to happen
Christ.
next podcast. So
we're going to be sued by the creators of Shrek, DreamWorks.
Correct. And I'll probably be cancelled because my accents sound vaguely...
On the nose.
On the nose.
Yeah, alright. So moving
what was
on.
the one that you had prepared for.
No, no, I hadn't. That was it. I just
it.
had a couple of stories from like work this week. I just, do you know, I noticed myself this week looking after a patient. She was completely deaf as a post. She had to like talk to her straight to her face, and use really clear language. And you had to like speak really loudly. I don't know whether speaking loudly really helped though, because I don't know how much she could hear, but your natural instinct is just to shout. And other people were really good at it. Like they spoke normally, but loudly and clearly. And the more I was in her room, the more I realized I was like just talking to her like absolute, like just a fucking weirdo. And I don't know.
How are you?
Actual though, like when I worked in the aged care home, you'll start and you'll be like, "Are you okay, Mary? Do you have any pain?"
And she's like, "Yeah, I can hear you."
And she's like, "Hey, why are you yelling at me?" It's like when I'm waking up like a patient that's been sedated, and you're trying to like see if they're with it enough to be able to take their breathing tube out. And they're not deaf, they're normal people, but you're like, "Hello, are you okay? You are in hospital." And they're probably like, "Fuck me, what a way to wake up." Yeah, so I
They
thought...
just had the most peaceful sleep of their life, and then you got them in you and them face.
And then you see other nurses, they're so good at it. They're like, turn all the lights down, make it all tranquil.
Turn the lights down. Sorry.
No, that was horrific.
A bit of HDA.
Yeah, they're really good at it. They like, "Hello, welcome back." Like, and I'm there like, "Are you alright? You're in hospital. You're waking up. Your heart surgery went really well."
They just have been in a plane crash and you're trying to find their fucking body. And you're
Fucking
like,
honestly.
"Can you hear me?"
I would have fucking found everyone who survived the Titanic, honestly. Rose, where are you?
Well, you definitely would have been found, that's for fucking sure.
Rose or me?
You would have been found if you were on the fucking Titanic.
I have been known to be a little bit loud.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Or a lot.
A lot.
Actually. Or a lot, yeah.
So it's probably a good thing I quit the aged care home when I did. Because they're all fucking deaf.
But now you've just brought it into everyone else. So you've just went from old people to...
Well, no,
ages.
it's not everyone. Sometimes I'm okay, but like you just notice yourself sort of, because they're still sleepy, they're not really responding to you, and you just get louder and louder. And then, but it was particularly this deaf lady who you had to just be loud with the whole time. But you don't have to over enunciate every fucking word.
But sometimes they're probably reading your lips.
Yeah.
So like you have to talk like this so they can understand you.
No, but the way you're doing that, you should see him. That was terrifying.
You watch the YouTube video.
Oh my god.
Blah, 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 blah.
What's the opposite of ventriloquism? Because you just did it when you don't move your lips. You over moved your lips. They probably
created something.
A deaf person that reads your lips. You think they're used to reading lips of people that are talking normally. So you over enunciate your lips. They're like, "What the fuck is he? Is he having a stroke? Should I call for help? Is this nurse okay?" Yeah. So need to work on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I had to at school this week. I'm in a classroom where there's a few different students with special needs, and last year I was in the same class, and there's this one boy. I made the mistake of like fake crying in front of him because like he obviously had done something to annoy me, and so I was like, "I didn't like that name," and I don't want to say his name.
Please don't do that. We do not want to go to jail.
Was fucking obsessed with me crying, and every time he sees me, he's like, "James, cry, do the cry." I'm like, "No, John, no, Jonathan." I'm gonna say his name. No, it's not gonna happen. And like, even it's carried over. Like he's remembered it over the school holidays. And the first thing he said to me when I walked in, he was like, "James, do the cry." And I'm like, "No, it's not happening today. This year we're happy." So, and apparently I
started something.
I did start something, and also apparently I do an angry voice.
Do you?
Well, they're like, do the cry, but in the angry one, like, "I don't like this." And I did that.
It's like a demon
yeah,
voice.
literally. And they're like, every time I do it, they just cack. Like they're so obsessed with it, and it's kind of funny. I like feeding off it, but also at the same time, I'm not the teacher, so I can't be like taking away the attention. But no.
See, kids love you. Kids love me, but I just don't love kids as much as they
You
love
also don't
me.
have the patience for...
I
If you were
don't.
to be a teacher, you would...
It
it'd
wouldn't
probably
be good.
a few slaps.
It wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
Secret backhands to those children.
Not many secret ones. I think full on, just like...
Middle of the
Front of the
class.
class. Jonathan, get up here. And then that's the way the rest of the class will go. Let's not do that.
No, it's just, I just want them to do what I say when I say it because I'm the adult.
Okay, dictator.
The teacher is a dictator.
In a way.
I had such shit teachers at school. I had one of my teachers. Actually, no, I will say her name, Mrs. Sergi,
Oh.
in fucking year 7. I'd only just come to Australia. What a cow, mind you. She did teach me my times tables, which I was shit at because she was such a Nazi at being a fucking teacher. But she was good at it. Everyone hated her, but she was good at it. I broke my ruler. My 30. Where are you going? Oh,
Went
he
to turn
forgot
the
the lights.
But we can't really see them.
You
because
probably
it's so
can't really see the
bright in
lights.
here.
Anyway.
Okay, sorry. It's my ADHD.
Yeah, so I had this ruler in year 7. 2 weeks to the end of school. Never going to this school again. Moving up to high school. And it broke. And she told me off for breaking my ruler. Didn't do it on purpose. I don't know. I can't remember. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. Maybe I was just that little shit. Yeah, and so she called my mum into school to tell her that she had to buy me another ruler. 2 weeks before the end of my schooling at that school, and mum was like, absolutely fucking not. And she was like, well, he will be suspended if he doesn't have a ruler. And so
you're a math class, trying to use your finger to rule like lines.
2
in the math
weeks.
book.
2 weeks.
Still.
Surely I had 2 halves of a ruler. Surely that would do.
Yeah.
30 centimetre ruler. I've got 2 15 centimetre halves. Surely that would do. I don't know. Mum did.
Rules like was more than 15 centimeters.
Mum didn't buy me a ruler. Well, then you'd put it back together. Put your 2 halves back
as
together.
a teacher.
As not yet a teacher. As a
I'm
student
a
teacher.
student teacher.
Yes.
That wouldn't be accurate, so we couldn't really pass you.
Well, you're not exactly fucking doing rocket science. You're not trying to send a rocket to Mars, are you?
The future,
These
you might be.
calculations are like, what is the fucking... What is it? The hypotenuse of this fucking triangle.
I don't even know what that is.
You're a teacher! How do you work out the hypotenuse of a triangle?
Actually, yeah.
Of a right angle triangle.
Well, what you do is you take the angles and then you plus them together.
Do you want me to tell you? Because I
Yes.
know the answer.
Yeah.
Go on, no, you tell me what you think first.
The hypotenuse.
Oh, yeah, how do you work it out?
The hypotenuse. So
It's really easy, there's a formula.
exactly, that's why I know it, because I'm studying
Alright.
to be a teacher.
Should take you 2 seconds. Ready?
Exactly.
3, 2, 1, go.
Times them all together.
Wrong. Absolutely wrong. So wrong. Have another guess.
So you find the middle of the triangle.
No. Don't do that.
So you find all the edges of the triangle.
Okay, I'm putting you out of your misery. So bad. A squared plus B squared
Oh, I don't
equals
do A
C
squared.
squared.
Oh, I was missing that part. I knew that.
That's
I was
right.
just missing the squared.
Yeah. You times them all together.
I said-
I didn't times anything.
I said times them all together.
That's not what I did.
I don't care.
Okay, anyway. We're
like
going to
that.
end this episode in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, so what have you got for the rest of the week?
What is today? Well, today's Friday.
Saturday.
No, Friday. Oh, it is Saturday.
It's Saturday today.
Well, I'm working tomorrow.
I'm not.
Okay,
Woo!
fuck you. And then
Going to a distillery if anyone is interested.
he'll be a bit drunk. I have to go pick him up. And then the rest of the week, I'm just working. I've got my first official day of placement on Tuesday, so I meet the kids that I'm going to be teaching.
Did you do that last week? Oh no, you had your planning day when there was
Planning
no children available.
So I'll be meeting my year 5/6s, which I am terrified about
Yeah.
because all the 5/6s have chewed.
They're gonna chew
should.
you up and eat you out.
Hopefully.
That sounded terrible. I mean, they're gonna chew you up and spit you out. They're gonna... Delete that last bit.
On that note,
Anyway, alright, we're gonna go.
as you would have noticed, we now, as we said at the start, we look a little bit more official. So we have intro music, so you would have heard that. We also got some outro music,
We do.
which we don't know what it is yet.
We don't know what it is, but it will be on this episode.
It will be,
So
so-
pretend that we can hear it. Ready? Follow us on Instagram. We've got an Instagram page.
Which is Get to the Point.
Yep. It's all Get to the Point.
It's to the point.
There's the
underscore.
Spotify, which you can listen to this podcast and watch this podcast, and we've got our YouTube account
Yeah, Get to the Point podcast _ for
Instagram.
yeah.
Okay, cool. And then you can find everything else through there. Yeah. Anyway,
Our first episode is called 4 Guinea Pigs, so give that a watch.
why are you promoting it? We've already done it. It's up.
But they might not have heard it yet. This might be the first episode, and
No,
if it
well-
is, I'm so sorry.
The first episode's shit. So
Rate
good
us
luck with
5
that.
stars on Spotify. I already have. I'm not sure if you have.
I haven't.
Okay, well, fucking, it's your podcast, so you fucking need to do that.
Okay, I'll do that.
And then some comments. I don't know. But also give us some suggestions of things you want us to talk about. Maybe some segment ideas. And let us know what you found interesting about this podcast.
All right, shall we pretend to dance to this imaginary music that will be overlaid into this?
It's
Sorry,
gonna be horrible.
burping.
You can't dance, so.
No, it's just gonna be a little jingle. Ready?
Oh.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
And ending the podcast now.
And
Goodbye.
Ciao.